Van? Wow. He actually did it. Nice going.
Looks like you're you again, you damn lady killer.
Yeah. And I have you all to thank for that.
Van and Dingo! Oh, thank Arusha!
Yes. I was a little worried there for a moment. Does that mean...
Probably. The Genesees have most likely regained their luster.
You're right. It looks like they have their power back. But that means... I feared as such.
Oh no.
Oh, come on. Why the long face? I'm just going back where I belong. This is a time for celebration, not tears. I mean, you finally completed the little lady's request.
Well, half of it anyway. Which is kinda crazy to admit. Given all the stuff we've been through together. Would have liked having you along for the ride. You'd have been a big help.
No. I'm sure you guys can get along just fine without me. You made it this far on your own, right? You know, when I first met you, you reminded me of myself back when I was still wet behind the ears. But somewhere along the way, people started relying on you more and more, and it looks like you learned how to rely on them in return. Thanks for taking on my 4SPG. You really did me a solid there, Van.
Think nothing of it. I already owed you for all you've done for me. A guy's gotta pay his debts when he gets the chance, right?
I mean, it would have been nice if Marielle was here somehow, though.
Wish you'd give me a little more time to pay back everything I owe. Maybe I can pass along a message for you? To Marielle, I mean.
Not being able to talk with her before the end is my one regret. I'm proud of her, even if she stumbles or spins her wheels along the way. She's finally standing on her own 2 feet. I only wish we could have talked one last.
Oh.
Dingo? Is that you?
Hey! Well done, LP.
What? Marielle? What is she doing here?
Hey! When'd you run off, LP?
You left to find her on your own?
Not exactly. I was asked to bring her here. A certain someone reached out to me since that glasses guy's tracker doesn't work here.
It can't be.
Oh, but it can, Renee Kincaid.
Rufus?
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance at last. You'll have to excuse me for keeping my face concealed. Swin, Nadia, it's been some time since we last crossed paths. You both look well.
Well, I'll be. That's some trick you pulled, boss.
So you're still alive and kicking, huh? Course, I wasn't worried about you in the slightest.
Wait a sec. Don't tell me you're...
Wasn't he officially declared dead after that disaster in Crossbell?
That he was. I had not realized I would be unable to track him when I set foot in this place.
Your name was Van Arkwright, yes? You have my thanks for looking after those 3 in my stead. I wanted to express my gratitude in some way, so I had Lapis fill me in on all that's transpired.
So, this is a dream, right? A man wearing sunglasses called out to me. And when he put his phone to my ear, I heard Dingo's voice. Then I rushed over to the tower, and...
As a token of my appreciation for all Dingo's done for me, I arranged to have her brought here. I am relieved we made it in time.
Can't believe it.
That's awfully considerate of you. Thanks.
Dingo?
Not the hat.
Oh,
Aww.
Dingo! Dingo! It's you! It's really you!
And after I just got done telling everyone how independent you've become, now I'm starting to get worried.
You should be worried! I'm a complete mess without you, Dingo!
Oh, I can't agree there. If your coverage of the coup is anything to go by, you're doing great. And if you've been listening, you know what's about to happen, right? I've already passed on. So, this one fleeting moment we have together will be our last. Thank you, everyone. Now, I can leave this world without any regrets.
I was simply returning a favor. That is all.
Me too. Don't think I didn't notice the point where you started looking out for me. You were the one who loosened the leash that masked jerk had on me. It's thanks to you that I became myself again.
Guess we owe you thanks too.
Yup. You're an awesome guy, Dingo.
And Van, I will always, always be grateful to you and your friends for what you did here. There's one last thing I need to tell you, Agnes, about your great-grandfather's diaries.
Oh?
Huh?
What about them?
I was able to learn something while serving as the 8th Genesis's vessel. It's not much, but it's still worth sharing. This was an isolated incident. You haven't averted the end he foretold in his final entry. Don't worry, though. I know. You'll find a way. This is goodbye, Marielle and Van. Oh, and be sure to give Bermati and all my other acquaintances my regards.
Yeah. You got it.
Hey, Dingo. I promise I'll do my very best. So don't worry. I'll be fine.
Aww. Glad she got that moment, though. Well done, Rufus.
So long, Dingo.
Yeah, it would have felt wrong if she didn't have that moment.
After that, we returned to the irreplaceable present that we worked so hard to protect. And though we felt sorry for Marielle, she smiled as she pushed us on, and we all left Trion Mall together.
Yeah, I mean, back to the festival, quick.
Somehow, against all odds, we made it back to the school festival in time for the end of the performance.
Nothing bad happened at the festival this time. It's me! Just like I miss she's there. Like, how did they make all these things appear? That's my question. Shards, I'm assuming? April 12, 6:50 p.m.
The first day of the NIS Academy Festival is now over. Thank you all so much for attending. We'd like to ask all students and personnel to gather in the courtyard once you've finished your preparations for tomorrow.
Man, this year's festival was a real nice change of pace.
I hear next year's supposed to be different too. Wonder what it'll be like. I want to come back tomorrow.
I forgot it was only day one of the festival. Something bad could still happen. Feels odd without any music. That's appropriate to their dancing, I mean, you know. That glare. Just like, no.
I've got to admit, Risha Mao and Fi Cell dropping in made for one hell of a surprise. Gave the show some serious star power. You sure went ham with the gorgeous guest stars. Good work.
Well, I can't take the credit for that one. That was actually Ren's idea, believe it or not. Odette, Albert, and I got on board almost immediately. It just seemed like a natural fit. Especially given Calvert's past and present, and the increasing signs of division. And not to mention, our relationships with other countries.
People are anxious now that reparations are over, and Zyphatech being iterated on outside Calvert ain't exactly easing their fears. Given the way Renee's been acting, I'd say action's being taken to counter that. We'll probably have a lead on the rest of the world for a while. With all that stuff going on, a new season together might have a deeper meaning than I thought. I think it ended up hitting close to home.
I hope so. Admittedly, I'm not sure how much it resonated with people, my father included. I guess the end result was that we upheld the status quo. After all the effort that everyone, including you, put into this, I wish we could say we accomplished a little more than that.
Hey, hold that head up high, kiddo. You did a great job out there. Sucks to admit, but y'all did even better than our class. That's no small feat, even with Ren on your side.
Well, again, we can't take all the credit. You helped supervise us, after all. I think we can consider this a win for everybody. So, thank you for everything.
Don't sweat it. Just felt like pitching in.
I know it's still only the first day, but I feel strangely at ease, like a weight's been lifted from my shoulders. I doubt I'll feel that way after today, though. We have the next student council election and career counseling coming up. RMS is a lot of fun, but it's certainly not all play.
Speaking of which, you said Albert's gonna run for student council president, yeah? You're gonna be busy as a bee helping him, so you might want to cut down on your hours.
No way! You aren't getting rid of me that easily. Someone has to fill the void left behind by Swin and Nadia. And besides, we haven't closed the book on my case. A device that observes the sins of humanity. I just can't fathom why my great-grandfather would create such a thing. But I think... No. I'm positive that we still have yet to uncover all the secrets of the Genesis. There has to be more to them.
It's possible. Regardless, given that this whole thing involves Mare and the Grendel, I can't just stand on the sidelines. I bet you anything they'd all say the same thing.
See, I still don't think it's sin as in the word sin. I think it's S-I-N. Sim. Number.
For sure. You know, Dingo may have had a point about humans being fragile and weak. I can't deny his words rang true. There are times when we have to move forward, even if it means making a misstep or a stumble along the way. I'd go so far as to say that making mistakes is all part of what it means to be human.
Yeah.
You all had things to overcome. That goes for you too, Van. As well as Fairy, Katra, Aaron, Nadia, Swin, and everyone else. You were weighed down by your pasts, but you overcame it so you could take hold of what you have now. Thinking about this makes me realize how much I want to be like all of you, both for the sake of the Genesis and for Dad, too. I also hope it'll help me share what I'm feeling, even if those feelings likely won't be reciprocated. But I want that special someone to know.
Van! Yes!
The hell are you two standing around for? Come on, get your asses over here!
It's only just getting started, so please feel free to join.
I'm already working up a sweat.
Hey, Nina! Risha! What say we get in on the fun?
Lead the way. I was just thinking I didn't get enough dancing in earlier.
Aha! Inspiration has struck again. I'm gonna set my next thrilling theatrical extravaganza in a high school!
Ooh, what a novel concept.
Ugh, no. Nothing good will come of those two swapping ideas.
I'd be more interested in a slasher flick, personally speaking.
What?
A man of taste. I love watching those for the sex scenes.
What?
For the what now?
Huh? I mean...
So, you've finally shown your true colors.
Oh yes! Dance with me! Dance with me! Oh, and you can have the next one, Van!
Ooh. I guess I'd better call dibs on the next dance after her then.
That's no fair. Oh well. I'll just reserve the one after.
Well, well. When did you become such a babe magnet, Van?
I don't think he is. They're just picking on the poor guy.
Wow, the competition's really heating up now. You better get in there and give him heckling.
Fee? How do you know what's going on? You've been away for so long.
Choose your dance partners wisely, or you may end up with sore feet.
I'm going to take loads of pictures!
Guess we ought to go.
Yeah, probably. All right, you guys. We ain't gonna let you hog all the fun.
Okay, so nothing bad is happening at the festival? Happened at the same time, but not at? No, I don't believe it. Something bad has to happen at the festival. Or maybe not. Maybe that's post-game. Because I know there is some post-game stuff we do actually need to do over in the garden. So I was wondering what those two things were. That has to be LP and Mare, right? Those two balls of light we just saw fly past. I'm assuming so. This is adorable with a little bit at the bottom. But there's Toa. I like that we had Toa around. That was nice. So anyway, thoughts on Daybreak 2? I kind of agree with like some of the stuff I saw beforehand. Like this being like, if not lit. Oh my god, she's hanging from the ceiling. Okay. Dear oh dear. Look, it's you who's hanging. I'd capture that. I was being like, oh look, I was up there. Like, sorry, I'm getting. Oh look, who's here? Hey, where was he in the entire game? Anyway, just getting distracted by a tea party. Anyway, thoughts on the it's the thing's gone. He's out the door. She brought it back. Or bought him a new one. Okay. That's one of the funniest things I've seen in this. It's weird. It's just a simple thing. Oh, shooting star. Shooting star. Anyway. I'm just gonna try and get my thoughts done on this. I just like the reaction of him running out the door. That's just really stupid. Anyway. That got me. Right, good. It's just, he was like, I'm gonna find who did this. He was so angry. He was so upset. Okay. Is that, ooh, I like that. That's nice, that. Anyway. Thoughts on the game? I kind of agree with people's sentiments on that idea of like, this is either the weakest or one of the weakest trails. I do agree with that point. The sort of villain that we had in Act 3 was kind of weak. It kind of came out of nowhere, like, oh, this guy, like, oh. Him? Okay. It didn't have any build-up towards that. In the same way of like what you had in like Cold Steel. Like, you got things like some of the characters, the Immortals and stuff like that. It was built up to who they were. We had lessons about them in school and stuff like that. That's what they could have done. When we had the Nihon Swin bit, when we were at school, we could have had lessons about that, like across several days, and learnt about that. Would have built up that character ahead of time much better. We had little bits, just not anything substantial that I felt like it justified him as a villain. It's just sort of like, oh, there we go. And there was no personal element to it all other than Ace. And I do feel like they could have just gone with it being Ace, to be honest. I've got thoughts and ideas on like what they could have done with Act 3 that would have made it much, much better. But I'm saving that for when we do some of the post-game stuff, because I'm going to have a few videos where we go through the garden heading towards like some post-game scenes that we need to see. So there'll be a few videos there. I did reach out on the posts section of the channel for ideas on what I can talk about during that as we make our way through. I'll get a few videos out there. Like, there'll just be little videos, I imagine, just making my way through. Or it could just be one bumper video, like one big video, like discussing points as I make my way through. We'll see. I don't know what we're got coming up after this in terms of Daybreak 2. Yeah. I'm trying to think like what else. Like I had like that issue with Zhao's story, didn't I, as well? It's like that felt like it was disjointed and bits are in the wrong place and it wasn't well developed. There's a lot of aspects of that, I'd say, throughout this. It just feels like it's not up to previous standards. Like, some of the things aren't thought out well enough, not positioned correctly within the story to build emotional impacts. There's some good ideas. I did like the time travel element. That's one thing I'd say with Act 3 as well at this point. Like, that's something that felt like it was a backward step. Because when we had the Nemeth Island stuff where we could actively avoid the death ends, That was really interesting. That was really cool, and I was like, right, where are you going to take that after that? And it went, oh, we'll go back to what we had before Nemethon, and it's like, oh. I mean, I know it was part of the plot, but in my head, like, the idea is we'd change Act 3. Yeah, we'd change it up. So yeah, I'm gonna have more thoughts and feelings as we go into post-game, but that's my general sentiment. It's like, yeah, it doesn't live up to what we had in Daybreak. That's something I'd say. It doesn't live up to what we had in Daybreak, because Daybreak was really, really good. Yeah, one of the weaker entries, but still good, I'd say. Still good, yeah. Anyway, we'll see you in the next part. Ta-ra for now.